So, is anyone going to help Gilgamesh as he's putting out fires?
I'm going to go try and find that guard complement
Okay.
and escort them here.
All right. How far are you willing to scout?
All the way back to the keep.
Okay. So, I mean, about. I guess I should. So you're out scouting back towards the keep. He's been gone for about 20 minutes. What are the rest of you guys doing at this point? Gilgamesh will have been able to put out about all the fires. Um,
I will give Eleanor the. See, I did that on accident this time.
Eleanor.
I will give.
I'm lowering at least one barrel of flour here.
okay.
I'm going to at least roll one by myself back if nobody else is taking something.
I want to move faster than that. I'll take like a sack or two or something, but that's.
Are there sacks? Or is it just barrels?
Is there like any advanced healing if I just sit down and conserve my energy or something?
Short rest.
Yeah.
Short rest, but I
That's an
don't
hour.
think we're going to stay here an hour, right?
I would prefer not to.
I would
Well, I
rather
mean,
get back to the keep and then stay than sit for an hour.
I mean, aren't we stuck here 2 hours because Aranor?
No, I gave him a healing potion, so we should not be.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah. So do we? First of all, let's resolve that. Do we have to roll for that?
Yep. So a healing potion is, I believe, is it 2d4
+2.
plus 2?
Nice.
Awesome
Good
roll.
job.
Wow.
So you
Such
are
a
at
min-maxer.
So it's been about 20 minutes since Keithan left when he starts walking back. With him is an escort of about 7 guards.
So are they going to help carry stuff, or are they going to bring it back, or are they going to?
Are they just going to secure this place, or are they going to bring anything back?
Well, let's read the box text.
Yay!
So, oh, sorry, a dozen. How many did I say?
8.
8? Well, it's a dozen. Alright, so a dozen bloody but basically healthy defenders arrive from the keep. They have orders to relieve the characters and defend the mill. They will tell you to go back to the keep on request of Governor Naito. So there's about 12 men. They're noticeably not like super trained militia. They've been fighting. You can tell they're bloodied, covered in blood, not mechanically bloodied, but fully capable of defending the mill for the time being.
Are they really going to hold up against this horde? Okay, first of all, we can actually trust them, right? They're not some of these ragtag.
Yep. I mean, Keithan found them as they were like just coming out of the tunnel, so they're clearly coming from the mill, or sorry, from the keep.
And
I
you
ask
said that they were
them-
just securing, not moving.
Yeah. Well, is there a specific question in that regard that you would like to ask?
Are you planning on bringing anything back to the keep yourselves, or are you just securing this mill?
Nighthill sent us with the goal of guarding the mill as best we see fit. 3 of our men here work the mill. They know it quite well. We think we can barricade the doors and hold it. We'll have some guys up top with spears that we think we could pin down anyone that comes approaching from a distance. If we need help, we'll send a runner. Jimathan here is a fast lad. We'll send him for aid if we need it.
Jimathan. Was there any word of what Governor Flail and Flill wanted us to do? Other than returning?
The guy who's kind of like taken up as the leader speaking. It's a bit of an older gentleman. His hair's just starting to gray. Very muscular. He's like, I wasn't in on the planning session between him and Escobert, but to my understanding, they have an idea of a way we might be able to get an advantage against these enemies.
Okay. Yeah, apparently he's not sharing that with us because he doesn't know enough.
And he's like, I don't know what this is. This is the guess that we came up with on our way here.
Did they say if they needed food, or are they running low on rations at the keep?
Some lady helped giving out rations not long ago, and so the people are fairly well off right now. But
So I tell the party, let's go. Let's get back to the keep.
All right, they don't need this place. Let's burn it down, guys.
Alright. Out I go.
Kidding.
I grab. I assume there's like some sacks and stuff, right?
I mean, yeah, it's a typical mill, so there'd be some small bags lying about and whatnot.
So I'll take some
Alright.
small bags so that we can.
I'll take some as well.
They're not going to be great.
Yeah.
But I want to move faster than we can
Yeah.
move
Yeah.
by pushing barrels and stuff.
Okay.
Yep. Let's each grab a bag.
So I
We
mean,
each got a little something, something.
so you're each able to get a bag pretty easily, and then you're just going to head straight back towards the tunnel, or are you going to try to scout anything else out? What are your plans?
We'd already gotten
We've gotten the mill, we've gotten the temple.
and we got a prisoner at one point in time.
Do we know of anything else that needs to be done?
Did we ever loot this person out here with the keep? Was there anything of import on them?
Well, we took the cloak, right? We have another cloak. I think we're up to enough cloaks to cover the entire party.
Nice.
Ooh.
Um,
Probably only have 3 by now. I think we had
Yeah.
2 before.
Maybe I'm counting wrong.
yeah, that would be your third cloak. So when you guys have 3 cloaks amongst the party, you can spend them as you will, of course.
Yeah, I don't see any reason to use them now, but
Yeah.
But
What just happened?
All right. You guys ready to head back?
Yep.
Okay, something went crazy on my thing. It's weird. But yes, I'm ready to head back.
okay. So, I think we'll be able to play out this, and then we'll end up calling it a night. So we're almost out of time, but this should probably take us a good 15. So as you guys are approaching, are you heading to the tunnel, I presume?
Are none of the fires like threatened to start back up again?
Yeah, I mean, you were able to pretty easily just stuff them out, and then with some of the empty barrels, you could have gotten enough water to kind of put them down to just ashes.
Thanks for the help, fellas.
I was trying to secure food and nobody was really helping me.
No one's listening to you.
Exactly, that was the problem.
I was dying.
We didn't care about you.
I know.
you were dying. Not
Were
now.
Technically, I was stabling.
Stabilizing, I think, is the...
Yeah.
Stabling is something entirely different.
hmm
Wait,
This is
do
a
we have
meal.
horses?
They're,
Now
they're,
that costs a lot of money.
Nope.
you could search town in hope of finding horses to steal.
Yep, town's burning. Let's definitely be horse thieves.
I mean, you might run into kobolds and whatnot on your journeys, but hey, it's not like you have a dying party or anything.
Yeah, I'd say we get back and rest.
Yep.
All right. So as you guys are approaching the keep, you're approaching towards the tunnel. You see kind of some like flashes. It's getting about dark at this point. The sun is just set in the distance, so it's kind of that like golden hour, just before sunset, right before dark. But you see these flashes coming from the keep. As you focus on them, you can tell. You can see that the dragon is flying around the keep, shooting occasional bursts of lightning at the keep. You can tell that the defenders on the keep are kind of like attempting to shoot arrows and stuff at it, but they're just bouncing off of the scales and whatnot. And finally, eventually, you see just a spear. You're guessing it's a spear, not entirely sure, but it's something thrust that kind of like hits it. It kind of like turns about, sends a final burst of lightning into the keep, and then the dragon just kind of like flies off into the distance. And that is as you reach the tunnel.
So we don't have to die at the hands of a dragon.
Well, that's always a plus.
Must be somebody from Lake Town here.
Yeah.
Or it might come back with 3 friends. You never know.
Well, I didn't really think
That's
of
the
that
Bard.
possibility, so never mind that.
Yay, Bard is here.
So
Hello, Archer.
Yep, so you guys go through the tunnel, you come back up into the main keep. You notice that the mood is not any happier than it was before. People are still kind of huddled in their own corners, some crying, some talking. Clearly worried about the people that they know that are not in the keep. But the people do seem a bit more organized. It's not just pure chaos at this point. You see off in one corner by the stairs that lead up to the parapets, just at the stairs though, you see Escobar and Nighthill talking. What would you guys like to do?
Probably barge in on their conversation.
Throw a bucket at their feet.
Problem solved.
So, are all of you just going to beeline straight for them, or are you going to look for other people? What are your...
I'd like to.
I'm
go
gonna
see the
look for
cleric.
healing.
Yeah, me too.
All right.
Same.
I'd like to go see one of the clerics.
Where's the tower map?
The tower map?
Yeah, or the keep?
The keep?
Yeah.
He's just wondering if you have another page, I think.
Yeah.
I could... Here we go, you ready? Boom.
Are you drawing us one? It's amazing.
Alright, so this is the keep.
Nice. Nice.
It's
It's a little 4x4 square, that's all I can see.
That's because you're zoomed in too far.
No, I'm zoomed out all the way.
Then you're zoomed out too far.
No, it's literally a 4x4 square. Like I said, something went goofy on this thing.
Can anyone else see my beautiful drawing?
Yeah.
Okay.
A magenta square-ish
Yep.
thing.
So,
Oh, now I can see it.
alright. So at the bottom right, that's the tunnel you guys came up at. The kind of by that...
Wait, Superman's here?
Apparently. By the circle, that's where the people would be talking. And then the other people are just scattered about the keep.
Or is that Gandalf telling me that I shall not have?
Cleric.
So it sounds like Twidget, Gilgamesh, and Keithan. At least the 3 of you are interested in conversing
And
with this
Aranor.
cleric. Or sorry, Aranor, yes. So Twidget, Aranor, and Gilgamesh, you guys are interested in conversing with the cleric, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
And apparently it's a cleric wizard.
I'll
Be
convert
multi-classed.
when you get cured.
Multi-classed, yeah.
Yeah. So how do you guys approach?
Stealthily. Roll a stealth roll.
Sir, we just freed the mill from the evil minions. We were curious if you could help heal ourselves after such an endeavor. We are quite wounded and in need of some healing.
I hold my injured arm up and then grimace.
I pull the spear from my chest and slightly faint.
Ask him if he's got any more healing potions, too.
So
I let Twidget hit the floor.
Alright, so the cleric kind of looks at you guys, kind of nodding, and he's like, well, we recall the aid that you offered the temple. That was very, very helpful. This is the elder cleric that you actually led from the temple. And he's just like, I'm very, very thankful for what you did, and even more thankful as well that you saved the mill. You truly are an asset to our people. But as I'm sure, it's like, but I hear one of our people told you before, we are only blessed with so much power in a given day, and we just healed plenty of men to go relieve you from the mill. But a donation to the temple may aid us in healing you.
I give him a sack of food that we just saved from the mill.
Yeah.
I give him Twidget.
I put on my go-go boots and start working it.
He's got a spear. Ask him about it.
he just kind of looks at you expectantly.
Looks at who?
Twidget.
I give him. I give. I wink and shudder.
He kind of looks at. He kind of after a while he's like, 10 gold perhaps should be sufficient.
Can I retrain to the message cantrip so that from a long ways away I can whisper, "Just let it happen"?
Nice. Nice. I tell him, well, we are not wealthy travelers. We give
I'll
what
give him
we
10
can.
gold. It's like, I'll hand him 10 gold. And it's like, does that
Have
cover
you-
me? Or does it cover
As you
everyone?
overrun my plea for we're poor. Okay. Thank you. Really aiding me in my.
I'll just
in
tap
my
him on
argument.
the head, like, as I'm moving forward. It's like, does 10 gold cover me? Or all of us?
He kind of looks
You
and
should
he's
say,
like,
I assume this covers all of us. You start with that.
he kind of looks at you and he goes, as much as I would love to be able to heal everyone here for 10 gold, I could probably only heal yourself, sir.
Good luck, fellas.
Yep, figured that was going to happen. I will continue what Twidget was saying about we're not wealthy men. I will, however, offer my own hand in the natural and healing arts to assist you if that is amenable to you.
So first, Eric, you can get 1d8 plus 2 of healing. And for Twidget and Aranor, the cleric is kind of sitting here and thinking. And finally, he calls over one of the other clerics, and they kind of are whispering, and you can kind of hear a slight, they want to help, but they don't have the gold to give to the temple, and so we don't know how to buy some of that. And chipmunks are delicious.
Something about we're gonna hold out for the more money.
I heard
because we're
sandwiches.
jerks.
Sandwiches.
And finally they kind of turn back to the two of you, and they're like, well, if you'd be willing to help us for about an hour or so handling the people here, then we could offer you healing in exchange for your services.
I'll say just allow us to confer with our companions to make sure that we do have that kind of time.
Where's my character thing? Because I need to add health to him.
Click on the thing that looks like a newspaper,
It's called Journal. If you mouse over it. It's the
and
second-
then double click
second
on
tab for us.
Gilgamesh.
So while
Right.
that's going on,
But, like, I mean,
Here, I'll do it the easy way. There you are.
I asked the cleric before we go confer with our friends, what would you be having us do?
He's kind of like, well, just talking with the people, consoling them,
Oh,
you know,
okay.
aiding them in whatever ways they need. Just being someone that they can trust in this time of need.
Lots of back rubs.
Back
I was
rubs,
going to talk
foot
about the
rubs.
natural cycle of life and death and how it all comes for us eventually.
A bunch of really wide-eyed kids or something.
A good bedside manner can go a long ways.
Yeah. Also, Santa's not real.
Oh,
Whoa.
That's a low blow for children, man. Especially
Now
in this
you have to
town.
add a disclaimer to this.
Dragon Claus is real, and he's coming.
So you guys kind of like regroup as a team. It sounds like, at least Twidget and Aranor. Who are you conferring with?
spokesperson to the General Sir Nightingale.
Smell and fail. Grim and pale.
Who's been talking to him? You're going to be the one I'm going to ask.
Happy Pale.
So are you guys just going to approach Nightingale and Escobert?
Yep.
Okay.
Which one's Escobert again?
The dwarf.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's pretty cool. He's my buddy. So you guys kind of approach them, and you can overhear their conversation as you get closer. and pretty much Escobar is saying, the plan worked. We drove off the dragon. We lost a good handful of men, nearly 15 possibly injured and 5 dead.
Wow.
But if it saved the keep, it may have been worth it.
Worth it.
And that's kind of what you hear as you guys arrive.
Hashtag worth.
So I just started asking questions to confirm that the dragon's really gone.
I sure hope we're not among these expendable people that are worth eliminating for the sake of the keep. We're kind of,
Yeah.
Yeah,
well, so I guess as Vendetta is asking questions, Escobar reveals that what was left of their standing militia, as a group, chose to make a stand against the dragon. Their belief was if they could drive off the dragon, then the raiders would follow soon. And against all of odds, they couldn't damage it until one of their sergeants managed to lodge a spear just under one of the scales, and it flew away at that point. They think it's gone, but you never know with a dragon.
no, you don't.
Even brought another spear that was covered in nothing.
And then kind of Nightingale adds, he says, unfortunately, a majority of our standing militia is now injured, or unfortunately gone. But they volunteered. It was a decision made by all.
So we heard that you wanted to see us again. Was there something else that needed to be done?
He kind of nods and kind of kicks around, and he's like, well, admittedly, we were hoping you would join in our task force to fight the dragon. But unfortunately, many of the men at arms weren't willing to wait. They thought it was of too great an importance, and they rushed on without you. So right now we're just kind of waiting in hopes that they leave the front gates. Or perhaps we'll see what happens if they attack. If they attack the keep, your defense would be greatly in need.
I'll ask Nightingale if he's aware of any druids that have taken shelter in the keep here.
He kind of casts his eyes about, and he's like, I don't know how to tell a druid from a ranger, good friend. But you could ask.
One has a bow and one smells a lot.
They all look alike.
He's like, you could always ask people. You could stand on a box and say, are there any druids? I don't know of any druids in our town, but mayhaps one of the strangers I don't recognize could be a druid. And he kind of points to a corner where there's 2 people in robes talking.
Okay.
To your best guess, they're probably not druids, though.
They don't look like druids.
No. Too fine of robes. But it sounds to you guys kind of from his from what he was saying that their current plan of action is mostly to wait and hope they don't get attacked, or if they get attacked, that they'll be able to fight off whatever force remains.
With that being said, I'm going to check out their defenses.
Okay. So
Do you
Cory's
have
going
a current enemy head count of who's camping outside?
Escobar, he's like, last we checked, there were about 20 or 30 kobolds and a few drakes with them, and quite a few robed individuals.
Still a good force.
How high are the keep walls?
The keep walls are about 40 feet high.
Okay. Could we rain destruction down upon them with our arrows?
He kind of glances at you and he's like, how many arrows do you have?
I
It'd
assume
be like
you have none.
a light sprinkle.
And he's like, the downside is, as we hailed arrows upon them, we may find arrows or spears coming back towards us.
Do we have any rocks we could throw down on them?
Well,
Something that would be a little bit harder for them to return.
And we don't have a habit. We don't have a habit of keeping rocks in the keep.
Oh, we have a halfling. That's close enough.
Throw
Toss
Twitch at
him
him.
down. We saw how good he was. He came up from being dead and just killed 2 people right there.
So it sounds like we can take a short rest from what you're saying. that we can wait an hour probably.
I mean, we're
If this-
Nightingale speaking. He's like, we're pretty much at a point where we're waiting to see what
Do you
happens. at
have
this
any
point.
oil?
So basically, I'm going to do that, and then as this thing still holds up, if anybody gets too close, I'm just going to start moving different spots on the parapets and just blasting Eldritch Blast at them. So
Okay.
I've got pretty good range.
Okay. So I mean,
So-
we can kind of plan for we'll make a plan for this next hour or so, and then we'll start next week at the end of this hour. So over the next hour, it sounds like Vendetta is going to kind of march the parapets, raining fire as need be. Keithan, as you observe their armaments, you notice that the force that went to the mill was probably one of the few forces they had left. But they have a decent amount of spears kind of lined up against one wall. Most of the swords and armor are gone. And then a couple of bows and maybe 50 or 60 arrows lying next to them as well. There's probably about 10 minute-arms that are of fighting ability right now.
Okay, I'm going to use my second wind if we're going to stay here for a while.
Okay.
And I'm going to give a pep talk to the men-at-arms.
Okay. And
If
if
we're
you
gonna
guys
stay
choose to
long
take a
enough,
short
we'll-
rest, if you choose to use this time as a short rest, you would be able to use one of your hit die. For it to be a short rest, you have to be doing nothing like that takes a lot of energy. You can like walk around and stuff, but you can't, like work out or spar or anything like that.
Okay, I will not shoot Eldritch Blasts from the parapets.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm probably
Okay.
gonna converse with Damien, Sun Tzu, and Wan Mu.
All right.
Do you know if these creatures are resistant to fire?
Escobar's like, we haven't tried raining fire upon them, but
I
Do you have
interrupt.
any oil?
I interrupt and say, the ones that we shot up with fire before weren't, and then give a really creepy wink again.
and looking back at Galileus, he's like, I mean, we have some oil for cooking, but I don't know if we want to use it for stuff besides cooking. I don't know.
Well, if you considered 15 people worth it to drive away a dragon, then some cooking oil for a horde of an army might just be worth it.
Yeah.
No, he kind of nods his head and looking to Escobar. Nighthill's like, we can talk it over. We'll see what we can think of.
That's a no.
Can I do the short rest and the cleric thing both?
Helping the cleric would not be restful. So, I mean, you can take a short rest, or you can help the cleric. If you take a short rest, you would get 1 hit die. If you help the cleric, you would get 1d8 plus 2.
So sitting and talking to people isn't a short rest?
Well, I mean, the cleric might ask you to, like, go prepare something or carry stuff for him.
Okay.
I mean, it's general labor. I believe
I think I'm gonna help the cleric.
Yeah. If I remember right, the guide said, like, a short rest, it's pretty much like sitting still doing nothing.
Eating, drinking, reading, and tending to wounds.
Yeah. So, I mean, having deep conversations with people in mourning wouldn't quite be restful.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. So it was just 1 hour with the cleric.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Alright, I'm actually gonna note down what you guys are choosing to do so I'll remember it for next week.
Hey, Brian.
Yep.
On my character sheet, I went to attributes and abilities.
Yep.
And the first one says name is Tab. What does that mean? It says Tab current 2 / max optional. There's nothing
Name.
there. It's like race, wood elf, class, ranger, gender, male, size, medium. But the top one says Tab current 2. Is that like level?
You're level 1.
Yeah, ranger level 1 down there. So what does Tab
Yeah.
2 mean?
I'll have to look into that. I'm guessing that is maybe your proficiency bonus?
Hmm.
I don't know if any of you guys are familiar. Those are things that were added by Rule 20. So I might look at some other people's and see what theirs says.
So which page?
It's on the character sheet under attributes and abilities. I guess for Aranor it says tab 7. Sean's character has no attributes and abilities. Vendetta has tab 1. Oh, is that maybe the character number?
So the third tab or whatever, attributes and abilities, what part of it?
Yeah, so like there's a thing that says tab. So for example, Keithan, it says tab 99/0 or /blank. It's right below speed.
Where?
It's probably just some random value that he has stored in there.
I don't see that, so you must have added it.
It's what tab
So-
you have selected in your character sheet.
Okay, because like Vendetta right now, it's right under Warlock. It says tab 1. Now it says tab 3.
Yeah, I just changed it, so that's 1 now.
Okay.
That must
So,
just,
yeah.
you must just have the DM version of it up, because I don't see
Okay.
it.
I see it too.
Yep, so do I.
Right, but I see... Okay. I was gonna say, I have access to 2 characters.
Alright, well, for the sake of getting stuff set for the night, so, Sean, you're helping the cleric.
Yep.
Gilgamesh, did you say you were taking a rest with, like, you're conferring with, like, Damien and them?
Yeah, just a short chat and then I'm laying down.
Alright. And Vendetta, are you taking a short rest?
I'm doing a short rest, yeah. I want my burning hands back.
And Keithan, what are your plans?
I'm going to talk with the people in the armaments.
Okay, oh yeah, you're giving him a pep talk.
Just taking it easy for now unless something comes up.
And Aranor,
I will assist the cleric as well.
alright. And Aaron's computer crashed.
Dope!
So I will just text him and ask him what he's doing. But is there anything else you guys want to take care of before we call it a night?
Is the hostage still around? Are people still not getting questions from him answered?
Answers.
The prisoner guy is kind of, yeah, he's tied off in a corner. Kind of like a strong youth watching over him. Be over in this corner for the X's.
Okay.
I just realized that you actually made Gilgamesh lie down.
Yep.
Alright, well, if that is all we have for this week, tune in next time when we'll see what happens. It will be exciting, trust me.
Will it?
Oh, it will.
Will it?
It will.
Will it?
It will.
Doubtful if you're leading this.
Ouch. I know where you sleep.
Aw.
Alright, see y'all next time.